Hey, call me Shape. And today I'm reacting to a video titled, Why Do Average Women Believe They're 9s and 10s? Let's get right into it.
My husband and I were together for 8 years, 4 years dating, 4 years married, and I decided to move out in February. And do you want to know how many times in the now 3 months that we've been separated that he's begged me to come back, told me how much he loves me, how much he wants to make it work, how much he misses me and our dog? Zero.
I didn't see that one coming, no.
0 times has he tried. It actually took less than a week for me, or less than a week from me moving out for him to be on Tinder. So I am just, continuing on, and he obviously doesn't give a shit about me. So
have to tell you right now, she's out of my life. Yes, she is. And she does what she's got to do, and I do what I got to do. I'm a man of the 90s, brother.
Facts, Macho Man, facts. How could such a low-tier woman have the audacity to believe there were better options for her on the streets? I mean, she got the gonzo nose and them barbed wire teeth. And look, I'm not talking about Pamela Anderson barbed wired. I'm talking about scrape the side of your penis barbed wired. Dry humping a ninja blender. Look, I'm sorry. I just get so offended by these beyond mid-tier women thinking that there's life after the war. Because after all, it's a reflection on us. For her to think that somehow we would want her man sorry left.
Hey, yo, Destro. I'm glad Destro is back, yo. This is crazy, bro. Look at her face, yo. Oh, man. But no, I mean, look. Would you miss that face if she walked out on you? Right? You spent 8 years with this. And she had the nerve to move out, expecting you to chase. See, this is what I mean by women giving mixed signals. You leave, but you're hoping that we run behind you. We ain't doing none of that. Hell no. He's glad that you left. He's glad. And yeah, that's right. He was on Tinder. And guess what? He's going to find somebody, and it's going to make you sick to your stomach. He might become more successful without you, and it's going to make you sick to your stomach. See, the worst thing about this is women move on from men, hoping that those men fail, and guess who fails? They do. She got online, and she set it up. You know how much my husband came begging for me back? 0 times as you deserve. You're lucky you were even married. See, women never consider that. They never consider that they're not as great as they think they are. These 4s, these 3s, and these 2s, we run around here like they're above average. Baby, you're barely average, if that. And the gonzo nose? Destro, that was a cruel one. That was cruel.
I don't know, it just smells like disrespect. But I digress. I think the bigger point is that men are slowly coming to the conclusion that modern women really offer very little value to their lives. And I think part of the problem is some of us are too young to even remember a time when a good woman actually brought tangible value to a man's existence. You know, we joke online about that famous question, what do women bring to the table? Yeah, it's fun for shits and giggles, watching them stutter, dodge the question, or call us insecure, gay, and sassy, instead of answering the question directly. Come on, don't lie. We had some good times watching them dodge and deflect. But the uncomfortable truth is, if I asked most men to explain to me, like I was a 6th grader, what a modern woman actually brings to the table, it wouldn't do much better. Yeah, they'd probably repeat the same recycled St. Kevin Samuel Titus starter pack script. She's gotta be fit, feminine, and cooperative. Okay, but truthfully, is that really enough anymore? Is that all you require? Is being pleasant and in shape enough to justify the risk of modern marriage? Modern divorce laws, child support, losing half your assets, potential false accusations, emotional chaos.
Yeah, the Stefon Diggs situation was crazy, bro. Crazy. And the fact that they had footage of her dancing, right? Getting jiggy with it, after she supposedly was SA'd. See, that's the problem with modern women now. That's a problem. They'll be mad at you for being in a situationship with you and then lie on you. Lie on you. She lied on that man. She was ready to ruin his entire career because she was mad he didn't want to be with her, knowing that he was already with another girl. He's in a public relationship. She couldn't take the D and keep it quiet. He even hired you. He did you a favor. He wasn't just smashing you. He found a way to give you bread. And that still wasn't enough. When he wanted to cut your ass off, you couldn't be grateful. See, that's the problem with a lot of modern women. No gratitude, bro. No gratitude. You got high value D, some money to go along with it, and you couldn't keep it pushing. Why? Because you thought to yourself, you deserve him more than Cardi B. Look, I ain't no Cardi B fan, but I got to give Cardi B credit. She looked better than you. This Humpty Dumpty bots operation baddie, to me, can't compare to Cardi B. You know what I'm saying? She probably don't even cook as good, clean as good, right? So she's not even as funny. And that's that. Well, Cardi B is pretty fun. I'm about to say that's saying a lot. But either way, I honestly believe that we're living in times, bro. We're living in like a twilight zone, bro. We're living in a twilight zone where women want men, and if they can't have them, they're willing to crash out. They're willing to crash out, bro. They're willing to lie, ruin their reputation, do everything just but cooperate with a man. Now, that's just trying to figure out, is there things we want more than just fit, feminine, and cooperative? Yes. Low body count. Yes. Modesty. Yes. Being natural. Right? All these ant body vixens ain't cutting it, bro. I'm not going for that. I don't know if you guys are going for that. I know some of my subscribers, they like these ant body, you know what I'm saying, stuffed animal, operation table shorties, but not me. Not me. Hey, listen up, Shape Squad. Are you tired of being ignored by women? Well, download my free ebook, Be Attractive and Shut Up. It's going to teach you how to master attraction, build unshakable confidence, and win with women without words. Because chances are you're not ugly, you just talk too damn much. So download my free ebook, Be Attractive and Shut Up, and take control of your dating life right now. Now let's get right back to the content.
Crotch. Look, listen to me very closely. Today's price is not yesterday's price.
Yesterday's price is not today's price. Yesterday's price is not today's price. He's certified.
And to use modern woman's own language against them, being a so-called, quote, good woman is now the bare minimum. Because if we're being brutally honest, I would argue the primary value, better yet the only value, many modern women offer men today is a temporary dopamine release, aka sex. And notice I didn't say children or legacy, because in modern America, the kid may look like you, but it's not yours. But that's another conversation entirely.
We now interrupt this message for a moment of misandry. Married women, how do you feel when you return home after cheating on your husband?
And now back to your regularly scheduled program.
The key point is, I would argue that most single women today qualify for side chick at best. The point is, mediocre sex is no longer motivating men the way it used to. That's why strip clubs are emptier, that's why dating events feel dry as hell, and that's why so many men look emotionally checked out of the dating market altogether. Because mediocre sex with mediocre women no longer feels worth the investment, especially when there are now endless pathways to the same dopamine hit. Dating apps, OnlyFans, escort culture, passport bro culture, sugar baby culture, situationships, AI girlfriends, pornography, international travel. I mean, pick your poison. But this epiphany only happens if you're brave enough to start doing the cold hard math in your head. Like, why am I spending $300 on dates, 4 hours texting, pretending to care about this damn 304, jumping through hoops, just to maybe smash a 5? A 5, bro. Why? When modern technology...
He ain't lying, bro. He ain't lying. It's like nowadays you need to be fit as a man, have status, have money, be tall, just to smash an average chick, bro. With a bad attitude. She probably smells. I'm just saying, a lot of like 40 or 50% of them smell. I just tell the truth. A lot of these girls don't have good diets. So they're overweight, they're out of shape, they got attitudes, and they stink. This is a sad reality, and this is why, like, it should be very obvious to women why men are no longer looking to commit. I don't know. It's like foreign to them. Like, what? Like, we're baddies. We're baddies. Like, no, you're not. Right? And, you know, I personally feel like as a man, it's almost like you have no choice but to accept that reality and dating is cooked right now. So you just got to be on your own. I don't even think so much as that men are just like walking away, withdrawing from dating. I think men look at it like there's literally no incentive. Like, what is the incentive? Nobody wants to work hard for a communist outcome. That outcome is everyone gets the same thing no matter how great you are. No matter how well you do, no matter how high you achieve, no matter what mountain you climb, you're still going to get the same thing as the next man. Maybe even less. I'm convinced now some of the only people actually getting loyalty and the best out of women are degenerates, right? Are felons, are Tyrones, right? Are Chad. Like, the only people that actually get the best out of women are the men who dealt with these women when they're in their prime and they didn't deserve them. Those are the men. If you're one of those dudes, you got it made, right? You're taking these girls' virginities, or you're the second or third guy to ever smash them. You have them in their prime, right? But by the time they're on the decline, that's what most men get. These leftover, washed up women. And you know what? It just doesn't seem like it's worth it. Honestly, for all that effort, I would rather stay home, play video games. I would rather just hang out with my boys. It's not worth it. We're at the point now where gooning is more fun than hooking up with a lot of these girls. Facts. I'm not saying it's worth to subscribe to these girls on OnlyScams or nothing like that. But the free corn sites, I get it. I get why men are like, you know what, I'd rather do that. You know, because the alternative is an overpriced piece of crap. And ain't nobody trying to pay for that.
Hookup culture and globalization have completely changed the game. Why would we spend hundreds at the Hustler Strip Club for a skinny, tobacco breath stripper to fake laugh at our jokes during a lap dance, when that same money can buy us a threesome with two flexible and cooperative 23-year-old Thai women? And I guess a ladyboy for you G.I. Joe Simps in attendance. Hey, no judgment. Vice is vice.
Come with me to shake my buns for some funds. Anyways, you go, you clock in. At least the house fee isn't that much here, so the girls are nice as well. This is the outfit that I like to wear. And yeah, honestly, over the weekend, it's kind of cool because they have like Circus Olay going on in there. Look at these rollerbladers. Honestly, respect, a lot of talent. Here's the $3 I made over the weekend. Okay, maybe it wasn't $3, but yeah, it was a bit slow.
Is there anything more depressing than a completely empty, spicy club? I don't think so. I think that's the most depressing environment you can be.
This is literally my third day in a row coming to Crazy Horse, and it's currently 12 a.m. and it is vacant in here. All the girls is in the back, and we ain't got nobody in here at this point.
Meanwhile, I gotta leave the streets alone, guys, for this one. Like her, this. Oh my God.
Oh, brother, who cares? Who cares, brother? Who cares? Today, smash.
So this question's for the guys. I host speed dating events, and I can't get men to sign up. If I do get men to sign up, it's usually the night before, the day of, and then it's just all out of whack because I do it based on ratio. And so the women like to save the date. They like to go get their hair done, their nails done, go tanning, go to the gym, do whatever they got to do for like a first date. And the guys, in my experience so far, sign up the night before or the day of or like right before the event. And it gets my blood, like kind of like my heart racing because now I have 15 women at one of my events and I have no men. And like I'm screaming it from the rooftops that like I have 15 women who have signed up, who are excited to meet men, and the men just don't, the men don't want to sign up. If they do, it is last minute, so I don't even know. But like I have 15 women signed up for my events and no men. And I don't get it. Like I just don't get why men don't want to do these.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you.
We don't care.
But truthfully, the bigger point isn't even sex itself. The bigger point is value. Because if we honestly, bravely conclude that the only thing a loudmouthed, pretentious, entitled modern woman can offer us is sexual access, only then can we see that they are competing in the most oversaturated market in human history. Come on, bro. Sex is everywhere. And it's cheaper than buying a New York strip. So naturally, the value collapses. And I think deep down society understands this. That's why there is a constant attempt to shame, guilt, and socially pressure men back into relationships they increasingly feel do not
It's kind of funny to see like strip clubs fail, right? It's because everything in the world runs on business. Everything. Without business, there is nothing, right? People talk about the stock market. Oh, the stock market. Bro, the stock market is based on business performance. Everything runs on business. And when you really look at it, right? The main customer for all these businesses that are failing were men. But you know what the business stopped doing? The business stopped serving men. They started catering everything towards this whole politically correct female agenda, prioritize the women movement. And they never thought to themselves that men would ever leave. And now the men are gone. Men are like, no, what? We ain't buying that. When men were the focus of the economy did well. When the economy started going super liberal and started focusing on female rights and gender equality and women empowerment, they completely forgot about male empowerment. That's not even a word. No one even talks. What male empowerment? What the hell is that? They don't even know what is that? What's male empowerment? We don't know. Because the market never offered it to us. So therefore, the market's depending on women and women were depending on men. And now we realize that the men are left, the men are gone, and now everything collapses. And so I want to make this one clear argument to women. What now? That lady, she set up an event, a speed dating event. 15 women. But the main thing that they're missing is men. Back in the day, if a club had 10 women and 15 men, like a ratio like that, 10 to 15, that club still would have went. It was still, men would have said, oh man, there's a sausage fest in here. But we would have still thugged it out. Nowadays, if that lady, the reason why she's panicking, because she would love to have twice as many men, if not the same amount as men, as women. She wants a perfect ratio. And now she's realizing she's probably going to struggle to get 3 guys, maybe the day of. And I think, women made their bed, now they got to lay in it, man. I can't feel bad for them, bro. I'm tired of trying to feel bad for them, right? You've inflated yourself. You made these choices. You got to deal with the consequences. It's only right, right? Like, how many girls are showing up in their relationship like a starfish? They don't do nothing in the bedroom. They don't cook. They don't clean. They nag at you. They want you to believe their political beliefs, right? How many girls online saying, if you voted for such and such person, don't swipe on me? Like they want to control the way you think, the way you behave, the way you act. They want to control all that, and they're expecting men to sign up for this. Why would you think a man's going to sign up to be controlled by a woman? No man wants to be controlled by a woman. No man wants to be led by a woman. And it's funny to me. Like, I stopped going to strip clubs a long time ago, but now to see the whole world is like done with strip clubs, and everybody's like, yeah, I ain't doing that. It's actually quite funny to see, yo. It's quite funny to see. It just shows you a lot about the times we're in right now.
Their lives. Imagine the shame is aimed at us instead of aiming it at them and their body counts. Because once men stop believing the reward is worth the risk, the entire machine starts shaking. And maybe that's the real panic. Not that men, quote, hate women. I mean, how could you really hate something you don't value? You see, I think that men are slowly becoming unconvinced that modern relationships improve their lives anymore. I hate to say it, but maybe this is evolution's plan.
The dilemma is that since we separated, he has thrived. 2 years ago, I ended my marriage. Nobody did anything wrong. It just fizzled out, and I thought life would be better and easier alone. The split was amicable, and he's a great dad to our son.
That's nice.
The dilemma is that since we separated, he has thrived. He's lost loads of weight, he's got new friends, and he seems happier, healthier, and in a better mood than when we were married. My son tells me about his travels and the new hobbies that he has. I haven't really moved on since the split. Everything is exactly the same. I just now don't have a husband, and all the jobs are on me. I basically feel as unhappy as I did before I instigated the separation. I feel like maybe I got it wrong, and maybe the issue was me and not the marriage itself. I created this mess, and now I don't know how to move on. I mean, that sounds really fucking hard.
And that's life. That's life. This sums up the female conundrum in one story. You didn't appreciate men, and you said, oh, it just fizzled out. How did it fizzle out if you instigated the divorce? It didn't fizzle out. You were unhappy, and you blamed your unhappiness on your man. You didn't realize that it could be worse. You know how people say, like, yo, feel good, man. It could be worse. It's almost like women, they don't hear it could be worse. All they can hear is, it could be better. It could be better. It could be better. I can have more. More. And then you leave your man, now you get less. So success is the best revenge for these women. So shout out to that man for improving his life and not letting that hag drag him down. Serves her right and serves him right. Anyway, like the video, subscribe to the channel blowing up. I appreciate you guys. Check out some of my other videos, and I'll see y'all over there.